Imagine this. You're alone on a wooden boat, drifting down the Colorado River, deep inside the Grand Canyon. It's 1909. The walls tower thousands of feet above you. Then you spot it. A dark, perfectly square opening high on a cliff, almost 2,000 feet up. You climb. Inside, you don't find rocks. You find man-made tunnels, hieroglyphs that look Egyptian, golden urns, mummies, and statues that belong on a temple on the Nile, not in Arizona. What if I told you this really happened, and the discovery was allegedly buried by the Smithsonian Institution forever? Tonight, on Campsite Mysteries, we're going deep into the forbidden Kincaid caves, the most dangerous archaeological secret in America. Grab your flashlight, because something ancient is still watching from the darkness. Hey everyone, welcome back to Campsite Mysteries, the channel where we camp out in the strangest corners of wilderness lore. I'm your host Edward, and tonight we're heading to one of the most controversial places on earth, the Grand Canyon in Arizona, a place so vast it could swallow entire cities, and according to one explosive 1909 newspaper report, it already did. We're talking about the hidden caves discovered by a man named G.E. Kincaid. Caves that allegedly contain an underground citadel filled with ancient Egyptian and Oriental artifacts. A story so wild that the Smithsonian has spent over a century denying it ever happened. But why does this tale refuse to die? Why do people still risk everything to find the entrance today? And what really lies behind the sealed off sections of the canyon? Stick around, because at the end of this episode, you might never look at the Grand Canyon the same way again. And remember, stay till the end and look out for that Easter egg. Try and figure out what the next episode will be about. March through April 1909. The Arizona Gazette drops a bombshell on its front page. The headline screams, "Explorations in Grand Canyon, mysteries of immense rich cavern being brought to light." According to the article, explorer G.E. Kincaid had been traveling alone down the Colorado River looking for minerals. About 42 miles upriver from El Tovar Crystal Canyon, he noticed strange stains on the east wall, roughly 2,000 feet above the river. Curious, he climbed. Hidden behind a ledge, he found a massive opening, clearly man-made. Chisel marks on the walls, steps leading inside. What he stepped into next sounded like something out of an Indiana Jones fever dream. A labyrinth of tunnels stretching nearly a mile underground. Dozens of chambers radiating out like spokes on a wheel. The main hall was so enormous it could have housed 50,000 people. Inside, copper tools, golden urns, ornate tablets covered in hieroglyphs, and rows of mummies wrapped in a style that looked unmistakably Egyptian. Some reports even mentioned a giant Buddha-like statue and artifacts that seemed Tibetan or Oriental. Kincaid supposedly grabbed a few relics and shipped them off. Then, the Smithsonian Institution stepped in. They sent Professor S.A. Jordan with a team of 30 to 40 archaeologists to continue the excavation. And then, silence. The story vanished from the papers. No follow-up, no museum display. Nothing. Here's where things get really suspicious. The Smithsonian has repeatedly stated they have zero records of G.E. Kincaid, Professor Jordan, or any such expedition. They call the entire story a hoax, cooked up to sell newspapers. But conspiracy researchers point out several red flags. Right after the story broke, large sections of the Grand Canyon became heavily restricted or off limits to the public. The area Kincaid described was allegedly sealed off. People who have tried to locate the cave in modern times report strange interference, drones crashing, sudden government patrols. even warnings from rangers. Some claim the Smithsonian, along with the US government, hid the find because it would completely rewrite human history, ancient Egyptians, or some unknown advanced civilization in North America thousands of years before Columbus. That breaks every mainstream timeline. Others say the cave contained evidence of giants, advanced technology, or even extraterrestrial contact. And the timing? The Grand Canyon was about to become a national park in 1919. Some theorists believe the discovery was buried to protect the official narrative and tourism. Hey, if this story is giving you chills already, do me a quick favor right now. Smash that like button if you think the Kincaid caves are real and the Smithsonian is hiding something big. Drop the word mummies in the comments if you believe there's an ancient Egyptian city buried in the Grand Canyon. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. We're uncovering America's darkest forbidden mysteries every single week. And your support decides what forbidden cave or lost city we tackle next. Let's keep the fire burning because we're only halfway through this rabbit hole. According to the original Arizona Gazette article and later retellings, the cave wasn't just a hole in the wall. It was an underground city. Hundreds of rooms and passageways, granaries still filled with seeds, sophisticated copper implements far more advanced than anything local tribes were known to use, hieroglyphs that some claim linked Egypt and the Nile directly to Arizona, mummies of men wrapped in linen, some reportedly over 9 feet tall, a central idol resembling an Egyptian or Buddhist figure. Kincaid described the entrance as being deliberately hidden and engineered. The tunnels were squared off with precision, not natural erosion. If even a fraction of this is true, it suggests transoceanic contact between the Old World and the Americas long before history books say it happened.
First, I would impress that the cavern is nearly inaccessible. The entrance is 1,486 feet down the sheer canyon wall. It is located on government land, and no visitor will be allowed there under penalty of trespass. The scientists wish to work unmolested. Over 100 feet from the entrance is the cross hall, in which are found the idol, or image, of the people's god, sitting cross-legged, with a lotus flower or lily in each hand. The cast of the face is oriental, and the carving shows a skillful hand. The idol most resembles Buddha. The tomb or crypt in which the mummies were found is one of the largest of the chambers. On these are tiers of mummies, each one occupying a separate hewn shelf. At the head of each is a small bench, on which is found copper cups and pieces of charcoal. On all the urns, or walls over doorways, and tablets of stone which were found by the image are the mysterious hieroglyphics, which almost conclusively prove that the race which inhabited this mysterious cavern was of Oriental origin, possibly from Egypt, similar to Ramses.
Of course, not everyone buys it. Skeptics say the whole story was yellow journalism, sensational fiction written to boost newspaper sales. They point out that no artifacts ever surfaced publicly. Kincaid and Jordan have no verifiable records, and the Smithsonian's denial has been consistent for over 100 years. Many archaeologists believe most strange Grand Canyon finds are simply misidentified Native American sites or natural formations. But believers fire back. Why the sudden restrictions? Why the total media blackout after such a massive headline? And why do modern explorers still report being turned away from certain coordinates? Some even claim armed guards and no-fly zones protect the real entrance to this day.
There's areas of the Grand Canyon you cannot explore.
You cannot go, you cannot fly over,
Right.
and you can't fly under the rim. Yet when you go to those bad places, suddenly a white plane flies over under the rim, black helicopters show up.
Even today, the Kincaid caves refuse to stay buried. Every few years, new drone footage or hiker reports surface claiming to show a suspicious rectangular opening high on the canyon wall. Some say their equipment mysteriously fails when they get close. The Grand Canyon remains one of the most heavily restricted wilderness areas in America when it comes to off-trail exploration. So, the question lingers, was Kincaid's discovery the greatest archaeological find of the 20th century, quietly locked away, or just one of the most successful hoaxes in American history? Either way, on dark nights, when the wind howls through the canyon, some locals still swear they see strange lights high up on the cliffs and hear faint echoes that don't sound like any known animal. So tell me in the comments, would you risk everything to find the Kincaid caves? Do you think the Smithsonian is hiding ancient history or just protecting people from dangerous cliffs? Drop mummies again in the comments if you believe the caves are real. If this episode gave you chills, smash that like button one more time, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We've got way more forbidden American mysteries coming your way. Until next time, keep your eyes on the cliffs and stay out of the shadows. Something ancient might still be down there, waiting. See you in the woods.